Hello and welcome to part 23 of the Elite Force 2 commentary. You're now inside the Master Control Facility to put an end to all of this madness.
Madness?
Yes.
This is Star Trek.
This looks a lot like the Idril ruins.
I think it's supposed to be by the same creator.
Yeah, that makes sense, because it's the same manufacturer.
How do you get over there and he's stuck?
Well, this is an interesting area. It's just platforming, but don't you think it's a little hazardous?
Well, that's why you're the hazard team.
No, well, what I mean by that is, alright, so you clearly can tell this is like the only way in, and they've been working here for a while. Wouldn't you think they'd make that a little safe instead of, good luck to you, buddy, make sure you just make those platforms?
Huh.
Yeah, you're just fighting nothing but Romulans. So Eric, any news, any updates, or anything?
Well, the Ryza event has gone live in Star Trek Online. It's actually pretty fun. A little, it's fun if you really enjoy that game. If you're looking for like an action kind of event, I wouldn't recommend it because there's a lot of dancing and finding like scavenger hunts. You have to collect a lot of things in order to get this really cool ship. But what I'm enjoying about it most is that it has such a great filming aspect. And you and I earlier filmed in it, so I can change out the character models with ship models. So I like it. I like when they add planets like that to explore. And costumes. There's a lot of women in bikinis. I mean, what more can you ask for?
You can't stop us all.
So this is essentially like the end game level for this whole facility. It's okay. Level design wise, it's alright. I will say that this is probably the hardest section of the game, of course. Because they really throw a lot of guys at you. Like, even right here, like even though there's only 3 people, you're going to be pretty much running into rooms that have more than like 3 to 5 to 8 people in them. So you gotta keep on your toes, and luckily they give you a lot of cover to hide behind, so take advantage of it, because you will lose your health quickly, and there's not that much health around. They're always on the doors, of course, but you just gotta...
Ow! I was trying to surrender.
You just gotta find them. This part... oh, I'm sorry. Forgot that more of them beamed in. Yeah, people who are on the higher platforms, you want to get rid of them first, because people in the lower platforms, I mean, you can deal with them, of course, but usually the people in the higher platforms will give you more difficulty.
Well, of course. They have the high ground. They have the advantage.
Yeah.
Strategically, always smart to take the people above you out, if you can. What?
I don't know why, but they decided to, you have to get over there, and you can't go down there, so you have to angle yourself. But you see where the railing is?
Mm-hmm.
There's an invisible wall there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you actually have to like adjust yourself as you're jumping to that, so that you don't fall and die. That's kind of I don't know if it's programming, but I would say that's kind of bad.
Dick move, man.
Like I said, I'm not sure if that's bad programming, because you should not put an invisible wall to where you are instructing the gamer to have to jump. Do you remember this level?
No, not really. I remember outside with the Enterprise airstrike, but...
I was just going to ask, what's your opinion? Actually, what's your opinion on it so far? This is...
I mean, it's cool, but do you remember that multiplayer level in Jedi Academy? I think it was Jedi Academy.
Which one?
The lava one?
There's a lot.
The lava one.
Yes.
Just reminds me of that a little bit.
I forget what the name of that planet was called. I started with an S. I mean, with a T. I think they called it Taurus. I don't know. I can't remember.
Anyway, but I don't really like lava levels, but I mean, the design of this is cool. There's no rhyme or reason behind it. Doesn't make sense. There's no rooms, just a bunch of hallways.
Well, this is an ancient facility.
Still no rooms, just a bunch of hallways.
Like I said, I like lava levels, but the interior is okay. Well, like I said, it's hard.
Did you take a shotgun? No, a bazooka to the
Oh,
face?
by the way, under a stairwell, they have health stuff. I didn't notice that was there. I actually died quite a bit. I didn't even notice that in my first playthrough. They kind of keep that little hidden. It's under a stairwell. To me, I mean, I explore, but if I'm going straight, I'm not going to say, what's under the stairwell? That's just me. It's so funny how they fall. The Quake 3 engine.
Oh, I remember these elevators though.
Well, we saw these elevators before.
Yep, I remember that. I do remember that.
Luckily, we're not always in the facility. I mean, we will walk through a different area for a very short amount of time, but it's still different. But
Why would you have a floor like that on above lava?
I don't know. I mean, it's cool looking, but you're right.
Let's
That
just
wouldn't that
let the
be
heat
really
up.
hot? Yeah. Whoa. Guy came out of nowhere. I would actually argue that this whole portion before the final boss is harder than the actual final boss.
Oh, really?
Yeah. In fact, in a few seconds, we're gonna fight something a lot harder than the actual final boss. And we fought it before, but he's actually pretty challenging. So remember when we were outside, we fought the commander?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I'm sorry, we're not there yet.
Spoiler alert, huh?
Well, we do fight the commander again later. I forgot, but we do have a little mini boss battle over here. That is a little difficult. I mean, it's not insane, but it's a little
Oh, the
difficult.
Predator guy?
I forget what. Not these guys. Like I said beforehand, they cloak and you can just shoot them. They're really not hard to deal with.
Tell it to
I forget.
Schwarzenegger.
It's one of the other mini bosses. The ones we fought them earlier on the. Like, remember that area? Only like.
I'll wait and see.
Okay. Because we saw them before. This kind of reminds me of Metroid Prime's Norfair. Not Norfair, I'm sorry. Not Norfair is from the other games. I forget what it looked. Actually, that might be the name. I could be mistaken. It reminds me of it. I don't know if you remember that. Well, I know you never really. These things. This is what I'm talking about. I don't know if you played Metroid. Well, you never did play Metroid Prime, so you probably don't know what I'm talking about. Metroid Prime to me is probably. I'm not gonna lie. Metroid Prime is probably one. It might be my favorite game of all time, but I'm not sure. It's just, it's so good. So what makes this boss challenge a little tougher isn't that, you know, you're fighting him, because I mean, we've dealt with him before. But the real problem is that you fight two of them.
At the same time?
Yes. The other one hasn't arrived yet, but he will in a few seconds. And the reason why it gets challenging is because you have to essentially block two projectiles. And your ammo will start getting low, and it gets irritating. As you saw right there, I got shot in the back. And there he is. So there's a reason why this room is so large, because you're fighting two of them. This is almost like a boss rush in a sense, you know, they're like throwing out all the bosses at you, and it's like, because we fought the rammer, kind of fought those stealth guys, even though they're not really bosses.
Did you fight the law?
Not yet.
I think the law's gonna win.
The real challenge here is that, you know, these guys take, like, you know, they take a while to get to die, so you just really have to hope that you don't run out of ammo. I think I almost did, actually, when fighting these guys. I almost died, too, I believe. Actually, no, I did die here. I mean, you'll see.
Oh, you didn't even have to do that. He didn't even touch you.
There is ammo over here, but, you know, when you're fighting, you don't really want to get in a small corner like that with lava. Like, I like this. I think maybe I prefer the cave environment more to the facility. Because the facility is just, you know, it's interiors. But this is a little more unique.
Well, I know which superhero you would be. Batman.
So yes, you have to fight the cloaking guys, and really your best bet's just to keep shooting in front of you.
Predator.
No joke, if you just keep shooting in front of yourself, there's a great chance you'll hit them.
Who keeps beaming those supplies in?
I don't know, maybe it's the Enterprise?
I doubt it. I mean, you're deep within the Earth or the planet.
Does like I said, I don't really know Star Trek as well as you do. Does is there a limit to how far you can go with transporters?
Yeah, like well, I don't know. For convenience and plot's sake, every time they walk into a cave, we're like, we can't beam you out, or we can't beam them into a cave, because it's like deep in stone. So sometimes they can though. Sometimes I don't know. It's all depends on the plot. But deep into the planet with all the rocks and minerals, typically they wouldn't be able to beam in this deep. I think actually, yeah, I think for the most part they can't, except for 1 or 2 episodes where miraculously they can.
I see.
Even in like Insurrection, do you remember when they hid in the mountain caves because the transporters couldn't do it? It was being scrambled there by something.
Yeah. Here's the commander. The real key here is that you really need to run around this massive pillar to the left of us, because you can die here really easily, because this is a boss that really requires you to have a lot of room, and so you don't want to get stuck in a little area. And you know, the area itself really isn't all that big in terms of like space to walk, so you just gotta keep moving. But yeah, I would argue this boss right here, the commander, of course, is harder than the final boss.
He's taking quantum torpedoes to the face.
He takes a lot of, like, it takes a while for him to go down. But if you just keep at it, you should have no issue, and he should go down like a rock.
Like a $5 whore.
Alright, and with that, we'll catch you all in the final part, which is part 24.
Who designs these big doors? God, jeez, really?